In this class, we are to learn about PHP constants. PHP constants. Remember, we are still here at PalmOps Foundation Elite Schools, and we are making computing easier. We are making computing easier. You're still with your friend Ayuba Martin. This is my number. At the same time, this is my email address. So, in this video, we are to learn about PHP constants. What are the PHP constants? A constant is a name or an identifier for a simple value. A constant. So, let us continue. A constant value cannot change during the execution of the script. By default, a constant is case sensitive, as how we show it in the previous videos. So by convention, constant identifiers are always uppercase, meaning that you have the constant identifiers. For example, the word constant, it has to be the the word constant. If you are using it, it has to be in capital letter. Constant names start with a letter, or by convention, constant identifiers are always uppercase. For example, if you see the word true, it is in capital. If you see static, it is in capital. So a constant name starts with a letter or underscore, followed by any number of letters, numbers, or underscores. If you have defined a constant, it can never be changed or undefined, meaning that it stays like the way how you have defined it until the end of the end of the execution of your what, of your computer program. So let's continue. To define, to define, so let us continue. To define a constant, you have to use define function, and to retrieve the value of the constant, you have to simply specify its name. Unlike the variables, you don't need to have a constant with a dollar sign. You can also use the function constant, this one, to read a constant's value if you wish to obtain the constant's name dynamically. So we are having an example of a constant here. This is a constant, then we are having a function. As indicated by the name, this function will return the value of the constant, meaning that it will always bring the value of the constant function. So let's continue. This is useful when you want to retrieve value of a constant, but you don't know its name. That is, it is stored in a variable or returned by a function. So let us continue. I think you've understood. If you have understood, let us continue. You will understand more as we do more practical. So we are having an example here. We are saying that define, we are having here a minimize, min size. So min size, this one is, we are defining our function name here. We are giving our function name, but now we are giving a variable in this. So we are saying that define min size, then 50, echo min size, meaning that min size will be having 50. We are saying that this one is equal to 50, then echo min size. So echo constant min size, same thing as previous line in this one, meaning that this one will stay constant in all the code. So if I copy it and I bring it here, let me copy it. If I copy it and I bring it to my text editor here, let me reuse this code. So if I paste it there and I save changes, so if I come here and reload this one, if I'm to reload here, I will get 50, 50. Why am I getting 50, 50? Because the first 50 is for this one and the second 50 is for this one. So that is why we are saying that min size, we are giving this min size. This is a variable, and at the same time, this one is being given as a value to this variable. So let us continue. Let us continue. Let us continue. So we are saying that only scalar data, that is Boolean, integer, float, and string, can be contained in constants. Only scalar data, that is Boolean, integer, float, and string, can be contained in constants. So let's continue and learn about differences between constants and variables. Differences between constants and variables are: one, there is no need to write a dollar sign. There is no need to write a dollar sign, especially when you are defining these constants and variables. There is no need to write dollar sign before a constant. So differences, we are looking at the difference, not similarities. Differences between constants and variables are: one, there is no need to write a dollar sign before a constant, meaning that a constant can be written without a dollar sign, whereas in a variable one has to write a dollar sign. That is compulsory. So next is that constants cannot be defined by simple assignment. They may only be defined using the define function. You have to use the define function if you want to define a constant. Then the next thing is that constants may be defined and accessed anywhere without regard to variable scooping rules. So constants can. So the next one is that once the constants have been sent, may not be redefined or undefined, meaning that constants stay as constants. They don't change in case of if you have finished defining them. So valid and invalid constant names. Let us look at valid and invalid constant names. So we are having valid constant names here. If we say define one, this space, I told you that in PHP takes this space to be a single space. Then first thingy, it means that I'm saying that define this variable one to take the value of first thingy. That is what is in the quotations there. Then we are saying define two, second thingy. Remember, we are terminating, you have to terminate them. Define three, third thingy. Then we are having also this one. Then we are saying that invalid constant names. Remember, this one is commented. We are commenting. These ones are comments. Then invalid constant names here. So the invalid constant names, one, we have defined two. You see, these two, they don't start with numbers. These constants, the variables. You can't start these things with a name, with a number, and even these symbols we are seeing here. So if we continue, we have what we call PHP magic constants. PHP magic constants. Well, so what are the PHP magic constants? PHP provides a large number of predefined constants to any script which it runs. So let us see these PHP magic constants. Let us see these PHP magic constants. So we are saying that, for example, there are 5 magical constants that change depending on where they are used. For example, the value of dash line dash depends on the line that it's used on your script. These special constants are case insensitive and are as follows. So the following table lists a few magical PHP constants along with their description. So if we have this line as how we are seeing it here, this one, we want to know what does it mean in PHP, especially when defining these constants. So description, the current line number of the file. So meaning that if I put there this code in it, I'm telling the compiler that deal with the current line number of the file. Then this one, if I have this one, I'm saying that the full path and file name of the file, if used so we are saying that the full path and file name of the file, if used inside and include, the name of the included file is returned. Since PHP 4.0.2, so file always contains an absolute path, whereas an older version it contained relative path under some circumstances. So these ones we understand them as we do more practice. So let us continue. We have a function here. So we are saying that the function in brackets added in PHP 4.3.0. So as of PHP 5, this constant returns the function name as it was declared. Case sensitive, it is case sensitive, and in PHP 4, its value is always lower case. So in this, that is the difference between the different versions of PHP. In PHP 4.3.0, as the function name is added. Then in PHP 5, this constant returns the function name as it was declared, that is case sensitivity. So meaning that it is brought to the way if it was typed in capital letters, it is returned as capital letters. If let's say that it was written in small letters, it is brought in small letters. That is the difference between PHP 5 and other different types of PHP. And in here, we are saying that in PHP version 4, its value is always lowercase, meaning that if it's in capital, it can be changed to lowercase. Then we are having another name, that is class in here. What does the class do? We are saying that the class name is added in PHP 4.3.0. As of PHP 5, this constant returns the class name as it was declared. And in this, it is case sensitive. Remember, PHP 5 is case sensitive in all the codes that it runs. So in PHP 4, its value is always lower case. So let us continue. We have method. So what does the method do? The method class, or the class method name added in PHP 5.0.0, the method name is returned as it was declared, meaning that if you try to see this, PHP version 5 is more case sensitive than other PHP versions. So let us see what is operator. What is operator? Simple. Let us see what is an operator. Simple answer can be given using expression. 5 plus 4, 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. Here 4 and 5 are called operands. So 4 and 5 are called operands, and 4 and this symbol, the symbol we are seeing here, this symbol is called an operator. So in short, PHP language supports following types of operators. In short, it means that the operator, it is the symbol that is used to evaluate the two statements, that is 4 and 5. So if I have the two operands, this 4 and 5, so if I bring in a plus becomes the operator and the other ones are operands. So the operation of dealing with operands and operators is called the symbol that is used to be evaluate to evaluate the two statements is called the operator. So in this case, the plus is the operator. This one, the plus is the operator. So PHP language supports following type of operators. Number one, we have what we call arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. Let us see what are arithmetic operators. Have arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical or relational operators, assignment operators. Then we have conditional or ternary operators. Let us have a look on all operators one by one. Remember, we are still here at Palm Hopes Foundation with your friend Aheba Martin. Thanks so much for watching. Let us meet in the next video.